Hello guys, what's up? It's Bobby.
What's up, Oakenville? Brandon?
Yeah, and we're going to talk about our next podcast. This is episode 2 of the Hanson Oaken Show. So how have you been lately?
I've been alright. Working a lot. How you been?
Oh, I'm good. Something smells like crap. Yeah, but as we talk about, it's the end of the lockout. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm very happy that there's going to be a season because my team is picking up some very good players.
And we're here to talk about the NFL free agency. As we're going to talk about it more, we're going to discuss about who is the winners and who's the losers. So we're going to talk about the top stories of the weekend. So we'll start off with what team?
Yeah, let's start off with the Eagles.
Okay, so the Eagles so far have acquired 4 players. They acquired Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie from the Arizona Cardinals for an exchange for Kevin Kolb. What's this trade to you?
I think it was a good trade because Kevin Kolb really wasn't a good, I don't think was a really good player. I think that Michael Vick, did it on his own. And even though the Eagles actually just signed Vince Young, that him and Vince Young are going to get along good, and Vince Young's going to split time with Michael Vick. What's your opinion?
I don't know. They're both going to be based on when they run the ball next season because they're both really good running quarterbacks. So, I don't know. Not only the Eagles got those 2 players, not only they have Vince Young and Rodgers-Cromartie, they surprisingly got Naomi Ostaga. What is that?
Yeah, from the Raiders.
How do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think that was a great trade because he's like one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, and even he should be playing on the best team. He should be playing on a good team.
Like the Eagles.
Not like the Eagles, not a sucky team like the Raiders. The Raiders really aren't that good.
The Raiders only have one good player though. That's Darren McFadden from Arkansas University.
Yes, sir.
He's a good running back, I'll tell you that. But
Yeah.
he's probably going to be a good running back, but not like a Pro Bowl running back.
Yeah, he's not gonna be like a Reggie Bush or a Brandon Jacobs or an Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be like that.
Yeah, and the next couple of news is the Miami Dolphins. It's kind of trades, but actually kind of surprising. What do you think?
I think going after Orton was
Yeah.
no good. Needed a quarterback.
Yeah, because we've heard rumors about either Matt Moore or Kyle Orton. One of those 2 was going to the Miami Dolphins. So they went with Matt Moore of the Carolina Panthers. What do you think?
I think it was alright. I think it wasn't the best trade, but I think he's gonna do very well.
I don't think so. Because he didn't do so well when he was in Carolina, really.
Well, he was also playing for a team that really wasn't, that didn't have that much of good blocking.
Like Steve Smith.
And they didn't have a defense.
The Panthers?
The Panthers, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like I like their logo a lot. Their logo's awesome, but I just don't like the team in general. They don't really have a good quarterback. They have good wide receivers. That's the only thing I give them credit for.
Yeah.
Steve Smith and Greg Olsen. That's the only 2 players they probably have.
And Jeremy Shockey. Jeremy Shockey's pretty good too.
Yeah, I don't really like Jeremy Shockey that much.
Why is that?
I don't know. He's not really. He's kind of like when he was on the the Giants and the Saints. He was like that pro player, like saying, "Hey, you're a good guy. You're pretty big for the team. We're sorry, but you're just not as good as you used to be." But the other news is it's kind of surprising. Not only they got Matt Moore, they also got Reggie Bush from the New Orleans Saints for, I think, 4 years, $26 million. What do you think?
Horrible. Because Reggie Bush was a key player, even though he only came in on 2nd, 3rd, 4th downs to get the Saints to first down. But he went to a team that I don't think is that good, and I think you should have stayed on the Saints. What's your opinion?
Honestly, I think this is a pretty good move. This is probably the best deal they've made in a while. Because Miami nowadays, when they get players, the Dolphins are picking up players that are not really going to help the team out. So they have to say, "I'm sorry, guys. Some of you have to stay. Some of you have to leave. So just move on." But when they get Reggie Bush, boom, the whole team just went like that. Because it's like the next LeBron James repeat. Like a year ago when we talked about it in our last video with LeBron going to the Miami Heat, when they said he was going to bring his town to South Beach, that's what Reggie Bush is going to do with the Miami Dolphins.
Exactly.
And another piece of news from the Miami Dolphins is also kind of surprising. They signed Garrett Burnett from the San Diego Chargers. What do you think?
I can't really say anything big on that, but because I don't really know the guy, I haven't even heard of him before. You know, you know more.
Probably. I mean, the only thing I know is that he's played with Phillip Rivers, he's played with Antonio Gates, and he's played with Shawn Merriman, and that's the only thing I know. And I believe he's a defensive player. I think he's a linebacker or a cornerback, one of those two positions. If not, I'm wrong. So we're both not really so sure and stuff. And the next team we want to discuss about actually is the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think of their deals?
I think the deals were good. I think the deals were, you know, pretty good. They're gonna be alright. They're gonna be a big team because they have, you know, Larry Fitzgerald, and, you know,
Kevin Cobb,
Matt Leinart,
and
Jared James, you know, all of them. They're gonna be a decent team. They're gonna be a runner-up for the Super Bowl.
But I don't think they're gonna be a Super Bowl team. If Kevin Cobb can redeem himself after his crappy 4 years with the Eagles, maybe he.
I see. That's where you're wrong. He didn't have a crappy 4 years. He maybe had a crappy, you know, 1 or 2 years. But once him and Michael Vick, you know, communicated, when Michael Vick got hurt for a couple games, you know, he stepped up. He stepped up in big games. He stepped up in big games, and you know that's all the Eagles needed from him was, you know, to step up.
See, that's the thing, because the Eagles couldn't afford him. That was the only problem with the Eagles, was they couldn't sign Kevin Cobb. They wanted to release him. Next thing you know, you get this news that the Arizona Cardinals were interested in getting into Kevin Cobb because they wanted to release Matt Leinart. They didn't have a good quarterback since Kurt Warner's day, and that's it.
Yeah, the other team I want to talk about is the New York Jets.
New York Jets, oh my God, I could not believe what happened today with that. They surprisingly got Plaxico Burress for a 1-year contract with the New York Jets. What's your response?
My response, I think it was alright, but I think the Jets should have kept Edwards and not sign Plaxico, because Plaxico, I think, should have went back to the Giants where he won the Super Bowl.
No. I think he should go to the Steelers. That's what I think.
I don't think he should go to the Steelers. I think he should go back to the Giants where he won a Super Bowl. You know, where he's, you know, the team wanted him, but Coughlin really didn't want him
because they don't get along well.
Because they don't really get along. But the Jets came up with big signings. You know, they signed Santonio Holmes, you know, Plaxico Burress. You know, I think they should have re-signed Braylon Edwards, but they went after a couple of the key players.
Yeah, they were supposed to originally get Randy Moss, but they decided not to. So they surprisingly they did not re-sign Braylon Edwards, but he signed a 3-year contract with the Washington Redskins. What do you think?
It's horrible because he's not going to make a difference for the team. He's not going to make a difference for the Redskins.
Yeah, then what else? Dante Stallworth from the Cleveland Browns is also going to the Washington Redskins. I think, because, see, that's the thing about the Redskins. They always get good players, but they always do awful in the playoffs, like they did when they first got Donovan McNabb. When he first joined the Redskins, this was before he went to the Vikings, he was signing a 2-year deal with the Redskins. Next thing you know, they missed the playoffs for like 2 or 3 seasons, and they never went back since with the days with Donovan McNabb and Jason Campbell, you know?
Yeah, I think, you know, they just have to get over it. Next order of business, what do you guys think about Albert Haynesworth going to the Patriots?
Oh my God!
What do you think, Bob?
I can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it. Not only Albert Haynesworth is a big fat dude that can actually block a football player. He's big, he's size, he's gritty, and he's got a lot of great veteran voices on blocking.
Exactly. You know him and Mike Shanahan had their differences. But I don't think that was the reason for the Redskins to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He was one of the key players for the Redskins, and they could have used him. What do you call it? Chad Ochocinco, went to the Patriots. What do you think about that?
Terrible, absolutely terrible. It's a smack in the face to Cincinnati. Name one good player now on the Bengals besides Ochocinco. Nobody, exactly.
Well, who's Manzada? That's pretty much it.
Who's Manzada went to the Seahawks?
Oh, he did? Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He served 1 or 2 seasons with the Ravens, and then the Ravens released him to the Seahawks.
I forgot about that.
Now you know.
Yeah, now I know, yeah.
And, so, yeah, I'm just disappointed. I wanted him to really go to the Steelers to replace Mike Wallace or Hines Ward for whatever reason. Or whatever, I at least want somebody that Steelers to get like Ocho Cinco, but he actually wanted to play with Tom Brady actually.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady was like, oh, if we get Ocho Cinco, there's a good chance we can win our 4th Super Bowl. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I just find this between the Patriots and the Eagles. I think it's going to be a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think the NFL is gonna be the Eagles are gonna make it happen.
And the Patriots.
And the Patriots. You know, they're gonna be 2 teams runner up for the playoffs. You know,
And-
Super Bowl contention. You know, and hopefully the Eagles win one.
And the next team we want to talk about is the Seattle Seahawks. What do you think of this one?
I don't think that I don't think they picked very. You know, they didn't have many trades or releases, but I really don't know. I have nothing to say.
I mean, I only have mixed feelings with the Seahawks. The only things they've actually have done, which was actually pretty stupid, because Matt Hasselbeck did not want to rejoin the Seahawks. He actually went to the Tennessee Titans for a contract for I think up to 4 years, and then maybe 2 years. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I think you should have stayed with the Seahawks. You know, came close to reaching the Super Bowl. You know, beat the Saints, one of the best teams in the NFL. They beat the Saints.
And then they lost to the Chicago Bears.
But then what? You know, they got a little scared once it came to the Chicago Bears. They came out and showed them who's
boss.
Who's boss? Yeah, pretty much.
And the Seahawks actually acquired 2 good players from the Minnesota Vikings. Tavares Jackson as the new starting quarterback, and wide receiver Sidney Rice. What do you think?
Sidney Rice, decent player, decent wide receiver. You know, thought it could have been better. You know, Tavares Jackson, I don't think he's gonna do that good. If he didn't do that good for the Vikings, he's not gonna do good for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we have to find out first what the Vikings do with him, because the Vikings already got rid of him to the Seahawks because they wanted to get a veteran quarterback like Donovan McNabb, you know? Because the Vikings were really, really pitching to get this guy for a while now, and the next thing you know, hey, I'm going to sign a long contract with the Vikings. What do you think?
I don't know. Really don't know what to say. That's actually shocking.
What, for McNabb to go to the Vikings?
Yeah. I thought he was going to stay with the Redskins.
The Redskins not going to want him. I mean, now the Redskins don't have a quarterback, except they only have Rex Grossman, who sucks. That's the only thing, you know?
True.
And I'm trying to think of another team that did pretty bright. Tennessee, Seattle, Minnesota, New England. Trying to think. I know the Ravens did some few things. They got Ryan Clark from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happened like a month ago before. I think this was after the season or before the lockout, or it might have been during then. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who do you think was the biggest loser and the biggest winner of the offseason so far?
I think the Eagles were the biggest winner, and the Redskins, they let go key players.
The Redskins and the Eagles.
Yep.
Biggest losers.
Yep. No, the Eagles are the winners, and the Washingtons are the losers.
Oh, okay. So you said the Redskins are the losers and the Eagles are the winners.
Yes.
I say the Patriots. I say the losers is the Bengals because they got rid of Ocho Cinco. The Bengals have no weapons now. They don't have Ocho Cinco. They don't have Carson Palmer. And next thing you know, they don't have any good players. They need to sign wide receivers and they need to sign a quarterback. A.J. Green and Andy Dalton, that's all the Bengals need from them. And the biggest winner is the New England Patriots. I mean, think about it. The Patriots have a lot of good players.
True.
True. Like, what do you think?
I have nothing to say about them. They suck.
Who do you think is going to be a Super Bowl contender?
The Eagles.
Eagles and Patriots?
Yeah.
I'm going with Patriots and Eagles too. So, in this case, yeah, so it's a pretty nifty offseason, not the best, but pretty surprising trades. So, that's that. This is the Hanson Open Show. We're out. Peace.
Peace.